Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Martyna, and today I have a super fun project to share with you. This is something that I've done many times before, and I think at least once we did it together, but this is just such a fun and easy and quick and just awesome way to use up a lot of scraps. And especially those kind of weird, well, not weird, just awkward shaped long scraps that I often get when I am cutting my, for instance, my papers to size, or just, you know, long, tall strips of paper. And so this is what we are going to focus on today, as well as using just all other kinds of scraps and maybe even some fabric scraps. And the project is making scrappy belly bands. Now, I'm going to call them belly bands, but they are literally so versatile. You can use them for so many things. So what we are going to do is we are going to be taking a strip of paper like that, adding some scraps all over it, and maybe adding some focal points, maybe some butterflies, little flowers, maybe some labels, whatever we like to do. And then when you have your scrappy belly band, you can either use it as a belly band on the page of your journal and slide something behind it. You can use it as page decoration, so like maybe on the edge of the page. You can use it as ephemera decoration, so maybe cut a piece of it and use it on a tag to decorate a tag or a journal card. You can use it as tag spots, so have it on a page and then, you know, leave it kind of open on one side and tag something behind it. So many things. I love to have them in my stash. Very versatile. And also, you know, my box, this is my box of smaller scraps, and as you can see, it's absolutely overflowing. When I started putting my scraps into this box, they were kind of lying all flat, and yeah, now well, I've added some bigger scraps of papers that I often use, like music paper, like this pattern tissue paper, and some book pages. But other than that, those are my small scraps, and I have a lot of them. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through it and find some of those long narrow pieces. I'm sure I have some here, and I think I'm going to focus on this is one. We could use this. This is very thin. I think I'm going to focus, let's see, this on scrapbooking paper, because it will give me a nice, thicker base for my belly band, you know, so it won't be super flimsy. So I'm choosing papers that I wouldn't mind covering up, because I think I'm going to be covering them up completely. Oh, here, oh wow, look at this, you guys. Now, yeah, now this is a lot, and so let's take this. So these are beautiful papers from Tim Holtz, but they are not particularly like my usual colors. If I make something grungy, then absolutely, I love using them, but on a regular basis they are a bit too grungy for me. So I think I'm just going to, this for instance, I'm going to keep for something else, but maybe this. So I think I'm going to use some of those wider ones as well. Yeah, I think this is plenty. So that's it for our scraps. Now let me see if I can kind of place them here. So I think I'm going to also maybe even this one out. Place them so that you guys can see what I'm doing, but also it's comfortable. Yeah, well, it's probably not going to work. You won't be able to see all of them, but maybe I can work with just as many of them as you guys will actually be able to see. Okay, let's say I still want you to see the scraps box. Okay, well, let's say this for starters. And so I'm literally, where's my glue stick? Here it is. Here's my wet glue just in case I need it. And so I'm literally just going to be pulling out scraps from my scraps box and adding them here and making kind of like scrappy collages, just layering different pieces, and it's going to be absolutely fine with me if they stick out of the scrap of paper that I'm using as the base. Actually, I'm going to make them stick out because I like the look of this. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing at this point, and then we will decorate them a little bit. So okay, so how are you guys? I haven't spoken to you in a long time. I think my last video, so I uploaded a video on Saturday and Sunday, but then I filmed those videos because I was going away for the weekend to see my mom. I filmed them on Friday, so it's a whole week without chatting to you. And yeah, I missed you guys. I missed crafting as well. I didn't do much of it, although in my downtime, I was able to do some journaling. So let me know, please let me know in the comments how you are. How is your week going? I always love to hear from you, and you know, just kind of have an actual conversation with you guys as much as we can. Tell me what you've been up to. Are you doing anything fun creatively? Like what kinds of projects are you working on? At the moment. So what can I tell you guys? I'm fine. I'm absolutely okay. So is Darek, so is Zuzia. I just had a little bit of a busy week with stuff, you know, other than crafting. So I was doing taxes, which is just not fun. What was I doing? Did I do anything this week? I was working on some printables for Patreon. So some of them are already up, and then last night I finished some more, and then I'm going to finish even more of them and kind of give them the whole set. And the printables for this month, or at least this part that I'm working on now, is a set of, there's going to be about 20, maybe a bit more, tags with kind of collage, digital of course, collage in the background, using vintage papers, and then beautiful vintage floral bouquets on like as focal points. So I'm very excited about them. I am really loving how they are turning out, and they are just so kind of spring-like, which is nice because we are in the middle of winter, aren't we? Okay, I think I will take a piece of this as well. Maybe start adding something to those. So yeah. So yesterday I was working on those printables most of the day, because like I said, I first posted I think 6 tags, and I told my patrons that in a couple of days I will make more, but then I had so much fun making them that I spent the rest of the day creating the whole set. So while I was working on it, I was listening to a podcast, and my absolutely favorite podcast, I think, of all time is Unlocking Us by Brené Brown. And if you guys don't know it, I would highly, highly recommend. If you don't know Brené Brown, she is a researcher, a writer. She has published a few books. She is a kind of like a researcher of emotions, of vulnerability. One of the books of hers that I have is all about her kind of many years of research on shame, which is just absolutely incredible. And so she has a podcast too, and it's called Unlocking Us. And I think when she started recording this, it was available on the podcast app on on iPhone kind of or iOS, but I think since then she's moved kind of entirely to Spotify. So it's available on Spotify, and I think I've listened to 5 episodes yesterday. I have so many notes, so I was making those digitals, listening, and every so often I would just stop and take notes frantically on my phone before I forget what she was saying, because it was just so good. And so she had a 2-episode interview with James Clear, who I think I like the torn edges a bit more than straight. So James Clear is the author of the book Atomic Habits, which is again one of my favorite kind of self-help books ever. And she was interviewing him. So this was amazing because I've read this book, but now I want to read it again. It was he has an amazing approach. He has an amazing approach towards building new habits and breaking kind of bad habits. It's just so life-changing. So if you guys are kind of like me and you're struggling with maybe building some good habits, and you think that you lack motivation, you don't. You just need some good systems in your life, and he provides you with so many amazing kind of techniques. And this is a great book. I need to revisit it and get back to it. So 2 episodes of that, and then Brené Brown herself, she has just recently, I think in November, published a new book which is all about emotions. She is describing, I think, 87 emotions, and kind of, well, I don't have the book yet, but I ordered it. So I should I should have it soon. I ordered it from Amazon, but I think she's kind of... she has been researching the influence language has on our mind, and what happens if our language, our vocabulary, does not allow us to express our actual emotions, express what we actually feel at the moment, you know. So I think that's just like, I think if in another life, if I was a bit more kind of a scientist person, I would definitely be a language researcher, because I just find language fascinating. And as a bilingual person, I also absolutely agree with the statement that language shapes how we feel, shapes how we behave. Yeah, just super fascinating. So also Brené Brown has, I think, one of the most popular TED Talks ever on, it's available on YouTube. It's about, I think, it's definitely about the vulnerability, so maybe it's called The Power of Vulnerability. And it's only, I think, like 20 minutes, so if you don't know her, but you are maybe interested after hearing me talk about her, I would definitely recommend to start with this. And I also found out that she has a interview which is available on Netflix, so I'm definitely going to be watching this soon. Yeah, so I had a very inspiring day yesterday. First with the digitals, because I don't know, I yesterday kind of morning, when I decided that I was going to make those digitals, that this was the day that I was going to make those digitals for my Patreons. Okay, let me finish, maybe, yeah, so I would say this one is finished. I think it's super cute. Finished with the kind of first layer, so with the papers. So we can work on these a little bit. So yeah, so yesterday I started working on those digitals, and it just was not going as I would want it to be going. I didn't know, like, I had a plan, but it wasn't working. And so then I decided to maybe change my plan a little bit and make those tags. And I loved them. I think I may, when I'm finished with the whole set, I may put them also in my Etsy shop. But for now, they are available for patrons, starting from the printables tier. Okay. Yeah. So first with the creativity, and then a very inspiring podcast. Just super inspiring. I like it. Let's take this. Yeah. So the weather has been so weird, so weird in Poland today, in Krakow, really. Oh, you guys, so we started the day with rain. So when I woke up, it was dark, it was raining, it wasn't a very nice day. Then right before noon, the sun was shining all of a sudden. The sky was pretty much cloudless. And so we decided to go on a walk. So we walked about 4 kilometers. It was super fun. Super fun. And yeah, you know, when the sun is shining, you just feel, well, I just feel automatically better, more energized. And so I was thinking, well, it's not such a bad day at all. It was windy and cold, but it was just so sunny and so beautiful. And then, so we came back home. And then in a matter of maybe an hour or half an hour, it started, the wind just started, and it was so strong. Okay, I think I'm going to use wet glue for this one. The wind was so strong and it started snowing, and literally in a matter of minutes it was white, everything was white. So I don't know what's going on with the weather, but it's strange today. It's really strange. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's still snowing a little bit, but not nearly as much as just like a half hour ago. And everything is white. Yeah, I'm glad we went on our walk though, because it really helps me. Like me and my boyfriend Derek, we are more of like outdoors workout people, or workout outdoors movement people, let's say it this way. So we like roller skating, we like walking, we like hiking. We don't really go to the gym. I used to go to the gym a few years back to kind of go on a treadmill and jog on a treadmill. But then now we have like a foldable it's not treadmill. What am I saying? Treadmill. Now we have this foldable treadmill here in our place. So there's really no need for us to go. So we struggle in winter sometimes, you know, because when it's really cold and wet outside, there's not much you can do. Also, of course, the days are so short. Okay, I think this one is done for now. Let's finish maybe, I think, yeah, this one is done too. Let's finish this. So the days are so short, and yeah, it's just sometimes hard to get any movement. Also, when we finish work, of course, when he finishes, I guess mine is much more flexible, but when he finishes work, it's already dark outside. Although I will say that his job is also not so bad when it comes to flexibility, and he often takes a break during the day, like today, and we just go for a walk. I like this piece. So yeah, I feel so much better. I feel just this pleasant tiredness in my body, and also I'm kind of like, I feel mentally rested and kind of ready to get on with the day, you know. So I really do like, I like this. Do like those walks of ours. And I need them. I need to do something, because sitting at home for too long just is not really good for, I think, for anyone. But yeah, I just get super like sluggish, I would say. Just get sluggish if I sit for too long at home. Okay, so I think this one we can call finish. I think it's so cute. I like the irregular shape of everything here. And then I think this is our last one, so let's take maybe this piece. Somewhere here. What else could we add? We already have Edith Holden, but we don't have this book. So I like all the different types of fonts here and book page colors. So as you can see, this is such a good way to use up even like those small awkward scraps. And it's just very relaxing. There's no rhyme or reason. There is no, in this there is no like rule of 3 for me. There is no rules at all in collaging like this. Just putting pieces together and yeah, and that's it. Okay, then maybe something more up there. I don't know where I got this, but I like it. This might be one of Lorna's lace printables, but I'm not sure. Okay, so I think this is the last one. I'm going to keep the scraps that I can still use, but maybe throw away the tiny bits because I could definitely keep them. But as you see, I already have too much. Okay. These two and these I think I will throw away. So now I think we could add bits and pieces of fabrics, lace, gold leaf trim, maybe this is pretty. Yeah, just little pieces to add another texture and another kind of interesting bit before we add some focal points. And before we decide what we want our focal points to be. And so I think what I'm going to do is, now I'm thinking, because I would like to stitch through those as well, and I'm just thinking when to do it. Should I do it before, should I do it right after we add, maybe here, we add those pieces of fabric, or maybe after we sort of add the focal points? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to do. Maybe I will have this one here. So as you can see, I'm literally just using my, oh, I love it here, my wet glue, and gluing those pieces down. And when I'm done with it and I feel something needs a bit more reinforcement, I can go back, like I said, with sewing machine and add something maybe here. So these are just pieces of sari silk. Oh, this one perhaps. How about here? I like it. And if you don't want to add fabric at all, that's totally fine too. And if you want to add only fabric and no paper, that's also totally fine. You can use up your paper scraps, your fabric scraps, add them all over instead of paper. How about a bit of this with the sequins. Do you already have any plans for the weekend? I don't, other than we really want to go ice skating. So I think we might try it. Now Darek is very good at roller blading, roller skating and ice skating as well, and I'm not. So I've been roller skating when I was a child, and then I stopped completely, but it's one of his kind of biggest hobbies. And so I decided back when we met that I would love to try and kind of join him in this. So yeah, so I'm enjoying it, although I will say that he's kind of on another level, you guys. His favorite type, I suppose, is kind of like urban skating. He loves being in a city and skating in a city, which I don't think I have to tell you is really actually quite scary if you're a beginner, because of all the, first of all, the like cars and people. Secondly, all the different types of like roads, you know, the pavement, it's not always a great like surface to be skating on. So in 2020 he started teaching me how to skate down, kind of from, oh, what's the word? Oops. I think I have to, oh my goodness, I want to tell you guys, but let me quickly consult my dictionary. Like a curb of the pavement, is that it? Which is always, you know, higher than the actual street. Okay, I'm loving this. So yes, he started to teach me this, and yeah, it wasn't going too bad, but I'm still a little bit scared. So last year I wasn't skating that much, so this year I really would like to do some more of it, because it's quite fun, and it's something we can do together, and I really enjoy it when I'm doing it, and when I'm just, it's just hard to motivate yourself to start doing it, you know what I mean? But yeah, and ice skating, Okay, I think, so I have 3 pieces here, 3 pieces here, here, and yeah, let me add one more for each of those. So maybe this piece of lace. Yes, so ice skating will be kind of like my prep for roller skating, I think, and we will see how it goes. I think I will, do I want this or this? Maybe this. I think I will stitch last. So now I'm thinking, let's take this little container and let's see if, I think maybe my focal points will be these butterflies. These were actually a freebie for you guys under one of my videos. If you just look for Teal and Tattered freebies, you should be able to find it, no problem. But maybe I would actually like to add a bit of Tracy labels here and there. No, let me see. So I have these pastel labels, but maybe not. Maybe I will use the more neutral one and just honestly add them here and there. Not really thinking about this, just taking one, gluing it down, and moving on. And these are Tracy Fox labels. She has Love Junk Journals on Etsy. I will link her channel, not her channel, but her shop below. And I used a lot of different label sets from her, and also to get these really tiny ones like these. She has some small ones in all of her sets, but how about I use maybe a word also. This is from our stamped words, where we just took a bunch of scraps and stamped on them. So to get those really small labels, I print 2 pages per page. So 2 pages from Tracy per 1 page in my printer. And yeah, it gets me these tiny ones. And I love them because they look just so great everywhere where you put them, and they just add a little bit of something, you know. I'm not really covering up that much space here, but they still add something, an additional layer of interest. And maybe I have another of these little words. How about I just put it here? Psst. Okay, I don't know if this one, no, it should stick nicely. Okay, I love them. I love them. Okay, then let's take these and keep going. Just so relaxing, so relaxing. I hope you will give it a try if you haven't made them kind of before. Because they are super fun. Those scrappy belly bands. This one here. Okay, and a few more. So I'm actually planning to make my own sort of label digital. Definitely not to compete with Tracy. She is the queen of labels, absolutely the queen. Her labels are just incredible. You guys know I'm her fan. But I am planning to, well, I'm not, yeah, I guess I am planning. I had this thought that I would like to have some labels with actually kind of like, so let's say I would have a rectangular label, sort of, and my idea would be to have maybe some flowers here inside, so we will still have some vintage flowers, you know, so we will still have a space for write on those labels, because I miss this in my own journals, you know. If you've watched any of my journal with me videos, I love to use labels to add little bits of journaling all over my pages. And so, yeah, I was thinking to maybe make my own little collection. So we will see how this goes. I'm so lucky that Derek is all too happy to help me with any of this, any of like digital graphic things. He's really interested in this, and like, you know, I'm going to design those labels, but maybe I will need help. I definitely will need help with just creating the shapes that I want. It seems like a simple thing, but sometimes those simple things really take me the most time, and if I can have him help me with that, I can do the designing part. Oh, okay, do we have any more words, maybe? Oh, we have some random date. These numbers are awesome, but a little bit maybe too big. Another random date. Nature. Okay, let's see if we can add those somewhere. I love it here. Okay. And on this one, do I want one of those random numbers, or is it going to be too much? Maybe too much. Yeah, I think I love them as they are now. So let's move this, or maybe not. Let's keep it here on the side. So now how about those butterflies? How about them? So I'm going to add 2 or 3 of those pastel butterflies to each one, I think. Although I'm not sure the colors are great. Well, for the color scheme that we have here. How about I take some of those that are more neutral? Maybe this one here. Oh, here maybe, because we have a little bit of blue. But yeah, those more neutral. Well, I think I have to do more of these small butterflies and give them to you guys as freebies, just in different colors, because I would love to use them too. Okay, maybe this. Now what do we have here? So this is my kind of tiny ephemera. This is mostly Tim Holtz, but maybe we can find something in here that we could use. So maybe this butterfly. Oh, I love this pink. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. No, I don't want them too big, because too big of a butterfly can really scare me. I know it's weird, but what can you do? A phobia is a phobia, right? How about this one here? Maybe like this. Let's see if perhaps some of those would actually work. Maybe so. This one is not really the color. This is more purple than pink. That's why I feel I'm struggling. So let's keep looking in the Tim Holtz section. Yeah, maybe like that. I think I like it actually. And then for this one, so let's see, will the blue one fit? Nope, not really. Not really. Not that we have to have 3, of course. It's just how I usually do it. Now we could have some mushrooms. I think they would be super cute, but it's not that time of the year for mushrooms, and I would like to be able to use those. To use those belly bands. Okay, I think I like this one. Too dark for my liking. Maybe one like this, or I like this better. Okay, one more thing that I have, let me check. It's this little box with small ephemera pieces, and I do have some Tim Holtz here, so maybe we will actually find something. Okay, so I think this one is done. I mean, we need to still glue those butterflies, but how about maybe a flower here? I think I like it. For this one, oh, how about this on one of these, maybe one of these pink ones. Oh, how about that? I love it. Okay, so that's number 3 done, and let's see. If not, if we don't find anything that kind of matches. Oh, I have another one of these, and I would love to use it. Yes. And for this guy, so I think I can put these back. For this guy, this one. a bit too dark. A bit too dark. Washi tapes. Wow, that just shows you how organized my room is. I'm just still looking for something. I don't know what, but I will know it when I see it. So let's go through this again. Yeah, none of those. Well, they are super huge, those florals, so they are not really a good fit. Oh, I just had a thought. Okay, let me keep going, but I just had a thought. I think I'm going to try it. Okay, let me grab another box. If I can see where it is. Okay, here it is. And what I have here is some of the tags from your creative studio. And I think maybe we can just use a tag like this one, maybe somewhere here, and okay, and add a twine to it. And so, excuse me, and so it would be kind of like a nice 3D element, I suppose. Okay, let's just pick some and let's try them on. I really love those little tags. Okay, so how about this? So the idea, now they are a bit big, I will say that, but how about I just glue it here and literally just add a twine through it. Just let's see which, maybe this one with the pink, and then this butterfly up here. I just don't really like the shape of this one. This one is pretty too, but the shape can be changed very easily, so let's try this. I'm going to try to cut it into an actual tag shape, and we will see how we like it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. Let me grab, here is a piece of twine. Still too long, I think, but that's okay. So through here, and something like this. And then to kind of make this tag maybe a little bit more as part of this project, maybe I will just add a piece of lace somewhere here, kind of like that. I think I love it. Kind of shabby with all of this lace. Very nice, I think. So see, you can really use all the different things on these tags to make them interesting. Not on these tags, on these belly bands, of course. Okay, and then this little piece will go here. And so we'll cover most of the label, but that's okay. We can still see it through the lace. And yeah, I think I love it. Okay, so let's quickly glue down those elements that we've picked. Maybe, How about this butterfly? Yeah, I think, okay, this butterfly was supposed to go here, but how about I change the places? Yeah, because see, this one goes better with the green, and I think the other one goes better with those flowers that we have here. So this one there. Excuse me. This one here. I love this piece here, which says Daisy, and there is just a little green illustration. It's so cute. Okay, so this one is done. Yeah. They are going to be super fun to be used, and maybe I will actually make a video where I'll show you guys how I would use them to decorate like journal cards with them. So instead of using them as actual belly bands, because there's a lot of things that you could do with those little pieces. Also love this piece here at the top that says Shakespeare. And this pink butterfly. Is this? Where did I get this one from? Maybe it was from Artie Mays. I don't think it was from Tim Holtz. Doesn't seem like he's... Also, it's a different texture. I think I might have printed it on photo paper, just very thick one. And that's why I at first thought maybe it's another Tim Holtz, because some of his excuse me, some of his pieces are really thick. Okay. This little guy. Okay, all done. I just took them through my sewing machine. Not sure how well you can see this because I used a very light thread, but oh yeah, here you can see. So just a little bit of zigzag stitching here and there, and I left those. I may shorten some of them, but I think I'm going to just leave them because I think this one is my favorite, because yeah, I just like the look of them. So here is this one. There is this one. I had so much fun making them. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I hope you will try it. And as always, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I love, love, love crafting with you and sharing ideas and chatting with you in the comments. I can't always reply to all comments. I try, but sometimes, you know, I just don't have enough time in a day. But yeah, but I love reading your comments. I really try to get back to all of you guys, even if it takes me some time. Sometimes it does. So I hope you like this little project, and I will definitely speak to you guys very, very soon in the next video. Bye!